The night was dark and treacherous. Waves crashed against the research vessel like angry fists, challenging everything in their path. Jaewon Park stood at the observation deck, his eyes scanning the restless ocean. Lightning split the sky, revealing momentary glimpses of turbulent waters that seemed to hide countless secrets. Something caught his attention. A strange glimmer, a movement that didn't match the ocean's natural rhythm. Most researchers would have dismissed it as a trick of light, but Jaewon was different. His instincts were sharp, honed by years of marine research and countless hours studying oceanic life. The vessel rocked violently. Rain pelted against the metallic surface, creating a deafening drumroll that seemed to match the increasing intensity of Jaewon's heartbeat. He reached for the high-powered binoculars, adjusting them against the chaotic backdrop of the storm. There, a flicker of something impossible. A shape moved beneath the waves, not like any marine creature he had ever encountered. Its movements were deliberate, almost intelligent, struggling against the overwhelming force of the ocean. The color was unlike anything in Earth's biological records, a shimmering blend of deep blue and metallic silver that seemed to change. With each lightning flash, Jaewon knew he had two choices. He could wait, observe from a safe distance, or he could act. His hand hovered near the emergency rescue equipment. Protocol suggested caution. His heart suggested something entirely different. The shape was definitely drowning. With practiced efficiency, he secured the rescue harness and activated the vessel's external winch system. Each second felt like an eternity. The creature, if it could be called that, seemed to be fighting against both the ocean and something else, something unseen. As the rescue mechanism extended, Jaewon caught a clearer glimpse. It wasn't completely biological. Parts of its form suggested mechanical integration, like a living machine struggling to survive. Multiple limbs moved with a coordination that defied natural ocean dynamics. Lightning illuminated the scene. For a split second, Jaewon saw eyes, not human eyes, not animal eyes. Something intelligent was looking back at him. The rescue operation was risky. Waves threatened to destroy everything. One wrong move could mean certain death for both the creature and the rescuer. But Jaewon had made his decision. Something in those eyes had spoken to him, a silent plea that transcended language, species, or understanding. The winch strained against the ocean's resistance. Metallic cables cut through massive waves, inching closer to the struggling entity. Jaewon's hands moved with precision, controlling the mechanism while keeping his body secured against the vessel's safety systems. Inch by inch, the creature emerged. It wasn't from Earth, that much was immediately clear. Scales that weren't scales, limbs that didn't conform to any biological blueprint known to science, a form that seemed to blur the line between living organism and technological construct. Water cascaded off its body, revealing intricate patterns that seemed to shift and change with each movement. As the creature was pulled closer, Jaewon realized he was witnessing something extraordinary. This wasn't just a rescue. This was first contact. The ocean seemed to resist, throwing massive waves against the vessel. But Jaewon's determination was stronger. His hands remained steady, his focus unbroken. Something important was happening. Something that would change everything. The creature was almost aboard. Its body moved with a grace that suggested intelligence far beyond simple survival instinct. Each movement was calculated, purposeful. Even in apparent distress, it maintained a sense of controlled complexity. Jaewon's heart raced. Years of scientific training battled with an overwhelming sense of wonder. What was this creature? Where did it come from? And why was it here, struggling in Earth's most unforgiving ocean? As the final meters of distance disappeared, Jaewon knew his life would never be the same. This moment, this unexpected encounter, would become a turning point. Not just for him, but for humanity. The creature lay motionless on the research vessel's medical examination platform. Jaewon's hands moved carefully, scanning instruments revealing impossible biological readings. Its body seemed to pulse with an internal rhythm that defied human understanding. Water dripped from iridescent scales that shifted colors like living metal. Each droplet seemed to absorb and reflect light in ways no natural material could. The creature's multiple limbs, neither arms nor tentacles, remained still but tensed with an underlying energy. Jaewon noticed something strange. The being wasn't just wet, it was healing itself. Small metallic threads beneath its skin moved, repairing damage faster than any known biological system. Wounds that should have taken weeks were closing within minutes. Its eyes were different, not round like human or animal eyes, but elongated hexagonal shapes that seemed to change color based on surrounding light. Those eyes were watching Jaewon, not with fear, not with aggression, but with pure, calculated observation. The medical scanner went crazy. Readings jumped between impossible parameters. Temperature fluctuated. Cellular structures appeared and disappeared. It was like the creature existed between states of matter and energy. "Can you understand me?" Jaewon whispered. The creature's body rippled. Not a movement of muscle, but a wave of subtle color changes. Communication, response, something more complex? Suddenly, a small device on the creature's body activated. A soft humming sound filled the room. Electronic chirps translated into broken language fragments. Survival. Mission. Assessment. Jaewon stepped back. The words were clear but fragmented. Each sound carried multiple meanings, like a language designed to communicate complex ideas in minimal expression. The creature's limbs began to move. Not randomly, but with precise mathematical calculations. Each movement seemed to map the room, understand its environment, evaluate potential threats and possibilities. Its skin continued changing. Blue shifted to silver. Silver transformed to deep green. Each color seemed to represent a different internal state or communication signal. Jaewon realized he was witnessing a form of communication far beyond human understanding. The medical equipment continued recording. Heart rates impossible for Earth creatures. Respiratory systems operating on principles that contradicted known physical laws. This wasn't just an alien life form. This was something entirely different. More translation fragments emerged. Humanity. Test. Potential. Jaewon's scientific mind raced. Test? Potential for what? The creature wasn't just surviving. It was studying, evaluating, analyzing every single moment of its interaction. Hours passed. The creature remained conscious but still. Its body continued subtle transformations. Sometimes it looked almost mechanical. Other times, completely organic. The lines between technology and biology blurred completely. Random equipment in the room started responding to its presence. Computers flickered. Instruments recalibrated themselves. It was as if the creature's mere existence disrupted normal technological functions. Jaewon noticed something else. The creature was deliberately showing limited capabilities, like a student taking a carefully controlled test, revealing just enough to gather information without exposing everything. "Who are you?" Jaewon asked. The device hummed again. Observer, evaluator, messenger. Each word carried multiple layers of meaning. Not just a simple translation, but a complex communication system that suggested vast intelligence beyond human comprehension. Its body continued healing. Internal systems restructuring, adapting, learning. The medical scanner showed cellular mutations happening at impossible speeds. What would take human medical science decades was happening in seconds. The room felt different. The air seemed charged with an energy that couldn't be measured by standard instruments. Something significant was happening. Something that would change human understanding of life, technology, and existence. Jaewon realized he wasn't just dealing with a living creature. He was encountering a completely different form of intelligence. An intelligence that could shift, adapt, communicate, and evaluate with capabilities far beyond human imagination. The creature's hexagonal eyes continued watching, studying, analyzing. And somewhere in that complex gaze, Jaewon understood one thing. The research vessel hummed with an unusual silence. Hours passed since the creature's rescue. and J1 watched its subtle movements. Strange chirping sounds emerged periodically, like a language waiting to be understood. Small translation devices, scattered across the room, began picking up fragmented signals. Each sound carried multiple layers of meaning. The creature's body continued its mesmerizing color changes, blues shifting to silver, green transforming to deep purple. J1 noticed patterns. Every movement seemed calculated. Every color change appeared to communicate something complex. The being wasn't just existing. It was communicating constantly, even in stillness. The medical team had been dismissed. Only J1 remained, watching the extraordinary life form that defied every known scientific understanding. Instruments around them recorded impossible data, biological readings that jumped between states of matter and energy. Suddenly, a clear fragment emerged from the translation device. Preservation. Test. Humanity's potential. Those words hung in the air, heavy with unspoken meaning. The creature's hexagonal eyes focused directly on J1, studying him with an intensity that felt like a deep, comprehensive examination. Its limbs moved with mathematical precision. Each movement mapped the room, calculated distances, evaluated potential interactions. It wasn't just moving. It was analyzing everything around it with incredible complexity. J1 realized this wasn't a random encounter. This was a deliberate mission. Something, or someone, had sent this creature with a specific purpose. The rescue wasn't an accident. It was a carefully constructed scenario. More translation fragments emerged. Broken sentences that suggested a massive, intricate plan. Survival scenario, emotional response, unexpected variables. The creature's skin continued its mesmerizing transformation. Metallic threads beneath its surface moved, repairing and restructuring continuously. It was healing, adapting, learning with every passing moment. "Can you communicate fully?" J1 asked. The response was not verbal. Instead, a complex series of color changes and subtle body movements created a communication far more nuanced than words. The translation device struggled to convert the information, producing fragmented but meaningful messages. Incomplete communication protocols, learning human interaction, assessing emotional response. J1 understood something profound. This wasn't just a first contact scenario. This was a comprehensive evaluation of human potential. Every interaction, every moment was being studied, analyzed, recorded. The room's electronics responded strangely to the creature's presence. Computers flickered. Instruments recalibrated themselves. It was as if its mere existence disrupted normal technological functions. Hours passed. The creature remained conscious, continuously changing. Sometimes it looked almost mechanical, other times completely organic. The boundaries between technology and biology disappeared completely. J1 noticed the being was deliberately controlling its revelations. Like a careful researcher, it exposed just enough information to gather data without revealing its complete capabilities. More translation fragments emerged. Compassion, unexpected, critical evaluation point. The word suggested something deeper. This rescue wasn't just a random event. It was a carefully constructed test of human behavior. How would a human respond to a strange, potentially dangerous creature in distress? The creature's hexagonal eyes continued watching, not with fear, not with aggression, but with pure, calculated observation. Each moment was a data point. Each interaction a comprehensive study. J1 felt both excited and uncertain. He was experiencing something beyond scientific discovery. This was a moment that could potentially change humanity's understanding of life, intelligence, and existence. The room continued humming with an unusual energy. Something significant was happening. A silent communication was taking place, complex, multi-layered, beyond human comprehension. And in that moment, J1 understood one thing. This was more than a rescue. This was a first contact that would change everything. The creature continued its silent, complex communication, watching, analyzing, evaluating. The research facility buzzed with extraordinary tension. Government officials, scientists, and military personnel crowded around screens showing the mysterious creature. J1 stood at the center, feeling the weight of an impossible moment. Kirill, the name they had given the alien being, began communicating more clearly. Translation devices now captured coherent messages that sent shockwaves through human understanding. Most galactic civilizations observe without interaction, the device translated. Survival means non-interference. Humanity different. Diplomatic channels worldwide lit up simultaneously. Computers across continents started receiving fragmented information about a larger galactic community that had been watching Earth silently for centuries. The revelation was simple, yet profound. Earth wasn't alone. Worse, they had been under observation without knowing. Kirill was part of an advanced evaluation team designed to test humanity's potential for interstellar cooperation. Your species demonstrates unexpected behavioral patterns, Kirill communicated. Compassion beyond calculated survival parameters. Rescue of unknown entity contradicts typical species survival strategies. Military representatives tensed. Scientists leaned closer. The creature's body continued changing colors. Each shift, seemingly part of a complex communication method beyond human comprehension. J1 noticed something extraordinary. Kirill wasn't just sharing information. It was teaching, demonstrating a method of communication that required emotional intelligence, not just technical exchange. Global communication networks started receiving strange data packets. Scientific databases worldwide experienced unexplained updates. Information about advanced technologies, cosmic understanding, and biological systems began appearing in research centers across continents. Your planet represents an anomaly, Kirill continued. Most civilizations eliminate potential threats. You rescued potential danger. Emotional response overrode logical survival mechanism. The implications were staggering. Humanity was being evaluated not through technological might but through emotional capacity. Compassion had become the unexpected diplomatic currency. Military analysts watched nervously. Some saw potential threat. Others saw unprecedented opportunity. The creature remained calm, continuously transmitting information that challenged everything humans understood about intelligence and interaction. Technological systems around Kirill began responding strangely. Computers recalibrated. Scientific instruments adjusted themselves. It was as if the creature's mere presence restructured technological understanding. Galactic community observes, the translation device announced. Humanity's potential, significant. Emotional intelligence, remarkable. Survival strategy, unpredictable. J1 realized they were witnessing something beyond first contact. This was a comprehensive evaluation of human potential. Every interaction, every moment of the rescue was part of a massive, intricate test. Kirill's body continued its mesmerizing transformation. Metallic threads beneath its skin moved, repairing and restructuring. Sometimes it looked mechanical, other times completely organic. The boundaries between technology and biology disappeared. We offer potential cooperation, Kirill communicated. Not through weapons, not through technology, through understanding, through compassion. Scientific communities worldwide began analyzing every transmitted fragment. Each message carried multiple layers of meaning, suggesting a communication method far more complex than human language. The room felt charged with an extraordinary energy. Something significant was happening. A moment that would potentially redefine humanity's place in the universe was unfolding. Global leaders gathered emergency meetings. Scientific conferences were called. The single act of rescuing a strange creature was transforming into humanity's most significant diplomatic moment. Your species surprises us. Kirill's final transmission read. Potential, unlimited. Approach, unexpected. Future, possible collaboration. J1 watched, understanding that everything was changing. A marine biologist's simple rescue had become the key to humanity's first true interstellar communication. The creature continued its silent observation, watching, analyzing, evaluating, waiting for humanity's next move. The world changed overnight. News channels broadcasted images of Chiral, transforming global understanding in mere hours. J1 found himself at the center of humanity's most significant moment. United Nations emergency. Meetings lasted days. Scientists, diplomats, and military experts analyzed every transmitted fragment from the alien being. Each communication revealed layers of complex information about galactic societies humans never imagined existed. Humanity represents an unexpected variable, Chiral's translation device announced during a global broadcast. Emotional intelligence surpasses technological expectations. Governments worldwide struggled to process the revelation. Some saw opportunity, others saw potential threat. But everyone recognized something fundamental had changed forever. Research facilities began receiving unexplained technological updates. Scientific databases suddenly contained advanced information about cosmic systems, biological technologies, and communication methods far beyond current human understanding. J1 became an unexpected symbol. A simple marine biologist whose single act of compassion had opened doorways to interstellar communication. Interviews, documentaries, and scientific papers explored every moment of the extraordinary rescue. Chiral remained at the research facility, continuously sharing information. Its body continued changing, sometimes looking mechanical, sometimes completely organic. Each transformation carried multiple layers of communication. Global technological systems responded strangely. Computers adjusted themselves. Scientific instruments recalibrated. It was as if the creature's presence restructured fundamental understanding of technology and intelligence. Your species demonstrates potential beyond mathematical predictions, Chiral communicated. Compassion as a diplomatic strategy, emotional response as technological advancement. Military analysts watched carefully. Some saw potential threat. Others recognized unprecedented opportunity. The creature remained calm, transmitting information that challenged everything humans understood about intelligence and interaction. Universities worldwide started developing new research programs. Departments of xenobiology, communication studies, and cosmic interactions emerged overnight. Humanity was preparing for a new era of understanding. Diplomatic channels between Earth and the galactic community began developing, not through weapons, not through technological might, but through understanding, through the unexpected power of compassion. J1 watched the transformation happening globally. A single rescue had become humanity's most significant diplomatic moment. His simple act had opened doorways to possibilities nobody had imagined. We offer collaboration, Chiral's final transmission read. Not conquest, not elimination, understanding. Scientific communities analyzed every transmitted fragment. Each message carried complex meanings, suggesting communication methods far more advanced than human language. The room where Chiral remained felt charged with extraordinary energy. Something significant was happening. Humanity's place in the universe was being redefined moment by moment. Global leaders recognized the magnitude. This wasn't just first contact. This was a comprehensive evaluation of human potential. Every interaction, every moment of the rescue was part of an intricate cosmic test. Technological systems around Chiral continued responding uniquely. Computers adjusted, instruments recalibrated. The boundaries between technology and biology disappeared completely. Potential, unlimited, the translation device announced during a global broadcast. Approach, unexpected. Future, collaborative exploration. J1 understood the profound significance. A marine biologist's simple rescue had become the key to humanity's first true interstellar communication. Compassion had become the unexpected diplomatic currency. The world watched, waited, transformed. Humanity's next chapter was beginning, and it started with a single act of unexpected kindness. Chiral continued its silent observation, watching, analyzing, evaluating, waiting for humanity's next move.